Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 13. And last episode, Exactly is dead. He was killed by the Jaegerist and they helped Eren escaped prison and now he wants to find Zeke. And then by the end there you saw what was her name? Piki from the Marleyan warrior Piki. You saw her in Paradise, so clearly they're there. So yeah, I feel like some stuff is about to go down. So that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys have a reaction, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/SharonMini. And now let's start this episode. And here we go. Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review. Exactly. He's popular with this one. This is all part of his plan, man. I don't trust him. Do not trust him at all. What was the news that Eva was getting? The fact that Eren escaped? Or exactly is dead? Is that what he's getting? Episode 72, Children of the Forest. Now I don't trust whether his invitation at the grave was genuine or not. He's clearly serious about his cooking. Don't drink it. Do not drink it. once he learns that she's the one that killed Sasha. So he's going to control all those people. Did Levi drink it? I feel like I don't know how to talk about this episode. Like, just seeing the whole thing with Gabby and Nicolo and like, what was that little girl's name? Just that whole restaurant scene. You know, I've been saying for this past couple of episodes that I cannot stand Gabby ever since she killed Sasha. I could not stand her. Even though that was true, I understood what was pushing her to do all these things, you know. And then to see all of that come to a head in this episode. I know they mentioned her name. Let me go back and see. Kaya? Kaya brought them to this restaurant because there are prisoners of war there from Marley. So she thought that she could get these people to help them, right? So she was helping them, and then they find... It took me a while. It didn't immediately connect in my mind that Nicolo cared about Sasha. I didn't see the connection at first when they got into the restaurant and then they were eating Nicolo's food and everything. It wasn't until Falco and Gabby went down there to talk to him, and then it was during that conversation that I'm like, oh my gosh, Gabby is the one that killed Sasha and Nicolo cared about her. That's when it clicked into my mind. And then when I saw Nicolo's reaction to it, and he just picked up this bottle and was about to kill Gabby, like right then and there, and then Falco got in the way of that. And then when you see his bloody body on the floor, I thought he killed him. Like, for real, I didn't think that Falco was still alive. It wasn't until he got back to the restaurant, and then he had Falco in his hands with the knife at his throat, you know. Then he brought Gabby to them. Then I'm like, okay, so Falco must still be alive. Else, why would you be carrying his body around, you know? And then he told Sasha's father that she's the one that killed Sasha, and that he gave him the option. Do you want to kill her yourself, or if you can't kill her, then I will. Like, and then that's when Sasha's father spoke up about how he was the one that thought Sasha had a haunt, and then the world got bigger, and now he's just realized that she has just been sort of like, this world was sort of like a bigger forest where you kill or you get killed. And Gabby and Falco and all these kids are also being raised in that forest, being this will never end. It will never end. Like, the Marleyans were the ones that first attacked Paradise, and then it created this hatred, this anger inside Eren, and then he went and attacked the Marleyans, which created this hatred and anger in Gabby, And then she went and killed Sasha, which created this anger and hatred in Kaya that now wants to kill Gabby. It's like a never ending cycle of hatred and violence. And when Sasha's father spoke up and he's like, we have to get these children out of this cycle, it's up to us, the adults, to just shoulder all these things and not to let it pass on to the kids. And then when Sasha was about to kill, not Sasha, Kaya was about to kill Gabby, and then Mikasa stopped her, right? And then Gabby's like, why did you save me? Like they had to get Gabby out of that room because Kaya was just so angry. So they got her out of that room, and then Gabby's like, why did you save me? I killed your friend. And I love Armin when they were in that room, and then Armin is like, kill, kill, kill. That's the only thing that you're able to say. It seems like that's the only thing you were able to say. That's the only thing these kids have learned. I don't know. Just that whole thing was just, it was hard to watch, And then in the beginning of this episode, they basically showed what happened to Connie's village, his mom, his father, when his whole village was turned into tents and everything. And then they're like, well, Zeke is like, they released this gas into the village, and the gas contained his spinal fluid. And that when you sort of like breathe that in, then you are paralyzed. And then he used his turn power to change them into titans, and that's why they were doing everything that he wanted them to do. And then turns out that the wine that they gave all those military people were wine that contained that spinal fluid. But then again, is that what the spinal fluid is supposed to do? I mean, from Zeke's story, it seems like it's supposed to paralyze you. But if the military people have been drinking this wine for a while now, they should be paralyzed. But no, they are still walking around doing their thing. So it probably has a different it probably does something different. I'm thinking that when you have that final spinal fluid in you, that means that when he uses his power to turn you into a titan, then you're going to be under his control. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. So you have all those, and then Flock. I was right. I never liked Flock. Ever since he showed up in this anime, I never liked him at all. And clearly he also knew what they were doing with the wine thing. And it seems like Onyankopon didn't know about it. It seems that some people knew, some didn't. I don't know who was privy to that information, but it seems like Eren knows. And then he just showed up in the restaurant where the Armin and Mikasa were, and then he's like, I want to talk to you. And he just sat. That whole thing also was like, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then he caught himself. What does that mean? Is he trying to, I don't know, make them behave? Okay, when you cut yourself, when you injure yourself, isn't that when you turn into a titan? So why did he, with him being cut, he is still, there, not turning? I don't know. Then he just sat on it's like a round table with Mikasa, Armin, and Eren, and then you have Gabi also sitting there with the person that he has above all things sitting at the table along with them. I'm like, what kind of situation is this? Oh my gosh. I hope that means that we're finally gonna know exactly what the heck is going on with Aaron. Like, is he working with Zeke? Is he just playing along with working with Zeke and not telling the others? Like, what the heck is going on with him? Because even though he's been hardcore and everything about everything that's going on, I'm like, did you say that the military thinks that Zeke is controlling Aaron? But I don't know if I totally believe that. I feel like I don't know. I don't know, maybe Aaron is just acting like he's with Zeke. Like he's working a plan on his own, maybe? I have no clue. And then when Zeke and Levi were talking, after Zeke told him the story about what happened to Connie's people, Connie's village, and then Levi received this news about, Aaron being freed and exactly dying and all of that. And then he's like, so the military is trying to get someone else to eat Aaron. And then that scene where he was like, so like I went through all of this. Every time something will happen to Aaron, I will do everything in my power to save him, and all these people died in the process. So are you telling me that I did all of this just to come to this point where the military is gonna get another time to eat Aaron? Like, I don't know, this whole episode was just like, I felt like it felt heavy on my soul. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see the next episode right now, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. And you can also see the full line for this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.